So, we're going to have a national inquiry. Woohoo! That will solve all the problems. That will get to the bottom of everything. That's going to 100% make sure that all of the truth completely comes out. That all of the perpetrators of these horrific crimes get arrested, charged, and banged up. And that all of the people that tried to cover it up, the politicians, the police, the Crown Prosecution Service, the care workers, the social workers, the taxi licensing companies, and so many others, that they all pay the penalty for what they did as well. That's definitely going to happen. Or maybe not. So, a couple of things that you might not know about this national inquiry. So, firstly, it's not going to be a national inquiry. There is going to be a national overarching framework, but that national overarching framework is going to manage local inquiries. That's right. So apparently there's going to be a whole series of local inquiries in all of the areas where this happened, and those local inquiries will then report back to the centralised national framework. How's that going to work exactly then, and who's going to be carrying out those local inquiries, given that in most of these areas it was the local councillors, the local authorities, the local police forces that completely got it wrong? So are they going to be marking their own homework and then handing that homework in to the national framework teacher? Is that how it's going to work? And when they say local inquiries, how local? Is that going to go down to like constituency level, county council level, town level? And is it going to involve absolutely every town and every city where there's been even so much as a single instance of this happening? Bear in mind that Charlie Peters from GB News, sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. Charlie Peters from GB News, who did an investigation into this, has suggested that it was in 52 to 55 towns that he's found examples. And not only that, but many of these towns and many of these gangs in these towns were connected together. So they were actually trafficking girls from, for example, Rochdale to Rotherham to Telford to Plymouth to Oxford to Cambridge, wherever it might have been. So yes, it was happening locally, but it was also happening nationally. And there were networks between these towns. So how is a local authority or a local inquiry going to figure that out? And will it happen in all 55 of those towns? Will it happen everywhere? Or will it just be the ones that want to volunteer to do it? So the national inquiry is not looking very national to start with. And then this second point that I'm going to tell you is going to absolutely blow the top of your head off. There are many reports coming out in the last couple of hours that Whitehall and politicians, and they don't define what politicians are, will be excluded from this inquiry. So by Whitehall, they mean Westminster politicians, Whitehall civil servants, and they've just said politicians. So does that mean local council politicians as well will be excluded from this inquiry? If that's the case, it's an absolute fucking disgrace, and it completely and utterly and totally invalidates the whole inquiry from day one. Because these are the people that were involved. These are the people that were responsible. And yet apparently the inquiries won't be able to insist that they appear, won't be able to mandate that they give evidence, won't be able to hold them to account. Really? So the people responsible can't be held to account. There's details coming out about this at the moment, but it's been on various news channels. Lots of people are putting social media posts out about it. I don't know whether this has been fully corroborated by either Casey or the people, the Home Office themselves. But the talk is that Whitehall and politicians won't be required or won't be forced to give evidence to the inquiry. What do you think of that? The National Inquiry, in my view, is just going to be another grand cover-up. It's going to take a minimum of 2 to 5 years, but it's had its powers chopped off at the knees. Now, I'm in favour of a national inquiry, but I'm in favour of a completely and fully independent national inquiry, ideally from either people completely outside the political and judiciary sphere, possibly even foreign people, maybe people from America or Australia, English-speaking people, and they should have the power to be able to do anything they want, request interviews with and command statements from on power of prosecution if they don't, anybody in the country, and the power to command the CPS and the police to make arrests if need be. That should be absolutely mandatory. Without that, it's toothless. So I am in favour of a national inquiry, but I'm not in favour of the way this one looks to be stacking up, because it looks like it's going to be pretty much pathetic. And can anyone say they're surprised? If we're going to do this, we're going to have to do this ourselves. And the way we do that is that we back, I think Rupert Lowe is going to continue, he has said that he's going to continue with his fully independent inquiry. And he is going to provide evidence from that to the national inquiry, but he's also going to make the evidence that he discovers completely and fully public. We have to give that our full backing and continue to allow him to push that. But then we as people have the power. If you believe that your local council, your local councillor, your local police chief, your local MP is even vaguely backing away from this, is even slightly involved in this, you personally have to hold them to account. Write to them, email them, put their name on social media, call them out at every single possible opportunity. Never, ever, ever vote for them ever again. Name, shame, belittle. We have to end the careers of everyone involved in this. Ideally, they should lose their jobs, lose their pensions, and in many cases be prosecuted and go to prison. And the only way that's going to happen is if we force the issue. So don't lose your righteous anger. Don't back down. Don't believe what you're being told by anybody in authority, because they're going to lie to you. This is not over. This is just the start. This is day one. And we have to keep going, and we have to keep applying maximum pressure with zero forgiveness.